Hi, I am Bashir Ahmed, Assistant Professor of English, Abduluddin College. Today's topic is from the first paper English for you, and I am going to talk about America's struggling life. Okay, my dear students, you know this is a very important passage in the syllabus, and you may face questions from here as a passage. Okay, you know the importance of the passage. If you read about the passage from your text, you will find so many words that are not familiar or sometimes uncommon to you. It is my request to all of you that you have to study the text again and again unless you can understand the meaning of the passage itself. It's very much necessary for you to understand the meaning of the passage, if possible in English, and if not, you can take the help of Bangla meaning also. But I prefer you study in English, because all of the questions you have to answer in English, even the meaning of the vocabulary, meaning of words are explained, are said in English, and the comprehension questions, there are 5 comprehension questions that are asked to be answered by you, is also you have to understand the meaning of the question itself, otherwise it will be very difficult for you to answer the question. In answering question, I would like to say that you try to answer the question in a different structure, in a different manner, a little bit different from the text. That will be very fine. We expect this from our learners, that they should write from their own English, and that would be awarded higher marks, sometimes highest marks. So, I must say, you try to answer the question in your own English, in your own structure. If not possible, okay, you know there are various types of students in our class. Our class is consisted of a number of students. There are various types of students. Some are very brilliant, talented students, but most of them are really very weak in English. I know it from my own experience that most of our students are really weak in English. So I advise for them to try to locate the question where the answer is. Just reading the question, you have to choose from where the question has been asked. You just try to put it on your answer script, even from that area, with a little bit understanding of your own. That would be also fine, at least. Okay, reading the passage is a must for every student. If you don't understand the meaning of the passage, then it is very much difficult for you to answer question number 1, A, B, question number 2, flowchart. You know there is a flowchart in our syllabus, and I also know that this is a little bit new. You have no experience about flowchart in your previous classes. in English. So it needs to be discussed in details if possible. To answer the question correctly, you have to maintain some ideas, you have to have some knowledge about the meaning of the question itself. Based on your reading of the text, you have to make a flowchart showing. This is very much important after the word showing. Showing. After showing, the hidden, the very question is there, and you have to stick to that point only. Please don't deviate from that. And if you can restrict to the point what has been asked in the question, then you will be able to answer the flowchart smoothly, and that will bring you higher marks, good marks. In answering the question number 2, flowchart, you have to mention the basic points, words or phrases, not the whole sentences. And you have to choose, you have to search for the answer in the text. But if you understand the meaning of the question, then it will be rather easy for you to choose the question and to put it in the right formation. Flowchart means you have to follow a chronological order. Try to put the answer in a chronological way. The answer which is asked first, you will answer it first. Don't try to answer the question that has been written in the text in the last. So try to maintain the chronological order of the happenings, the sequence in this question. Okay, in question number 3, okay, there will be a passage, and this passage, Amerigo, the whole passage or part of it can be asked to summarize, and it carries a lot of importance. Summarization is not at all an easy thing, you know. It requires a thorough understanding of the whole passage that will be said in the question paper. So summarization is not at all an easy task, I think, but I asked some of my students about this summarization. They just answer me that they will put some sentences from the passage at random, and that will make up their summary. But literally, summary is not that. If you can summarize the passage, that proves that you have understood the whole passage, and from a bigger passage, from so many lines there, and you have to make a summary with 5 or 6, 7 sentences maximum. So it's really very tough job. I think it's really hard to summarize a passage consisting of more than 50 lines in the passage. That would be turned into only 5 or 7 sentences. So that is really a very hard work. Okay, then in spite of that, you try in your own way, and we are very liberal in this respect. If you can write this sentence in your own way. That is, the summarization will be of your own. You will try it yourself in your own English. A vast thing should be transformed into very short one. So, I ask my student, I advise my student to answer the question very carefully. And some of you can write it very well. Okay, we know that in our text, Amerigo is a very unfortunate boy, a minor boy of only 13 years old. And he has been detached from his parental love, care, affection due to their father's separation. And he has no way out to live himself without his parents. Their parents are no more with him. His father is far, far away from him, and his mother is married to another person. So just imagine the situation of this boy. And he has to take the job, a very odd job of collecting trash from the dumps, from the pile of trash that you can see in the city area, that some boys and girls, very little boys and girls are doing this kind of job. This is quite humiliation, violence, one type of humiliation, violation of human rights. Every child is born free and with equal rights, but this boy, Amerigo, has to take the life of struggle. He has to struggle just to eat something. And you know that he was infected, once he was infected while collecting trash, and the doctor told him not to do this job again. So he has left this job, and he is now take the job of ice cream shop owner, and he has to do a hard job there when the box is full, and he has to ask people to sell his ice cream, and there are days that he couldn't sell a single ice cream. And so painful. This is a very painful story of Amerigo. And then he has to do some troublesome work, and still he says that he's very lucky. He's very lucky. He's very lucky because some of his friends died, and one of his friends lost his eyes while doing works in factories. So in that sense, Amerigo is